Welcome to the PHNX Coyotes post-game show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe our show. I'm Leah Merrill, joined by Steve Peters for PHNX way after dark.
Yeah. Oh,
I
shoot.
think
We can drink.
we can. I think
forgot.
they knew that this was a late game, and they said not even overtime. How about a shootout?
Yeah, let's stay up as late as we possibly can tonight.
Oh my God. First game for the Coyotes in 11 days. First post-game show for PHNX Coyotes in 11 days. First post-game show for Petey in
like
more
15
than that.
A couple of weeks.
Sloppy game. Sloppy. Will probably be a sloppy post-game show. And, here we are.
That's a fair point, Leah. We will be as sloppy as the Coyotes were. Well, and the Sharks, too. I tell you what, the turnovers in that first period on both sides of the puck. And you know what? The announcers said it, too. Teams haven't played. They're not sharp. The one thing that was good to see for the Coyotes tonight was their energy level was up. Like they competed, and they competed hard right till the end. I mean, this is a game that they could have thrown in the towel, more than once, down by 2 goals 3 different times. But no, they hung around it. And this is what we said, and Christina said it right there. It's entertaining. We stayed in it. That's what we've talked about from the Coyotes' perspective from day one, is try to stay in games. And they did that tonight. They competed. And something else that they've had trouble doing early in the year that now apparently is not a problem is scoring goals. That's 13 goals their last 2 games.
I know.
That's impressive with the lineup that they're putting on the ice right now.
I know. Tim said, "Missed you guys. How was your Christmas, everyone?" We missed you all too. It really feels like forever since we did a post-game show.
It feels like the off season, doesn't it?
Still here with my tree that, according to Craig, is dying. But yeah, like you mentioned, for me, the most shocking number from tonight was the Coyotes shots on goal. And I guess we can actually just pull up by the numbers now while we're talking about it. I mean, holy shit. 8-7. Like 15 goals in this game total. Insane. 46 shots. And the Coyotes are never the team with more shots. It's always the other team.
No, and that's a good sign. It's a good sign for this team that's been offensively challenged, that they're getting these kind of numbers and the shot totals and, on the scoreboard.
Look at the power play.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things tonight. There's a lot of good things, and you look at the lineup going in, you got 2 guys going into the COVID protocol this afternoon.
Yeah.
You got to make late call-ups, late lineup adjustments. You're going, this could be trouble. And hey, let's not kid it. Defensively, this team struggled again, right? Like they had the same problems they've had all season, protecting the net front, giving up untimely goals. All of those things were all true, but they competed and they hung around it till the end. And I tell you, Lawson Crouse was a beast tonight. Physical.
Yeah.
He was tough on the forecheck. He was great on the puck. He was a playmaker, hard in front of the net. He was great tonight.
I know. He and Phil Kessel both had 4-point nights, which was incredible to see. I mean, like we said, it's the Coyotes aren't even having an opportunity to get 4 points in a game. Like Coyotes players can't. There's not enough goals for a Coyotes player to get 4 points in any game, let alone have 2 players get 4 points each in a game, which is just like staggering. Watching the Coyotes this season to see 7 goals scored. Like, forget about the 8 goals scored, or I guess 7 goals scored against. We won't count the shootout one, but forget about that. For the Coyotes to score 7 goals, like, it's insane.
Well, I'm trying to decide if Phil Kessel looks at the calendar and goes, okay, joke's over. I've been here long enough this year. Christmas is over. I got my decorations down. Time for me to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
That's how he played tonight. Like he was solid tonight. He's skating well. He's distributing the puck as well as I've seen him pass the puck in years. Yeah, he had a great game. And I don't know if it is that he's inspired to get out of here. He's trying to put up those numbers to make him more attractive for the trade deadline. I don't know, but he was solid tonight. But I still think Crouse was really impressive, and Keller too. Like Keller, he gets the goal, but he also had several looks. He had good looks on the power play. He was physical at the end. They had the little scrum with Carlson in the third period. It's a good effort, and we know a diminished roster. And you look down the roster, how many guys tonight were are regulars on the Roadrunner lineup. They put that lineup on the ice, and all you ask for as a fan is that they compete. And I thought they did that tonight. I thought they competed right to the final buzzer. And I think you walk out of this arena feeling good about what you did tonight.
I agree. Well, before we get into it more, there's been a lot of comments about whether or not I've eaten. I really appreciate everyone's concern. I did eat dinner earlier.
Wow.
So I really appreciate that. And then Tim wants to know what everyone's drinking on this weekday. What are you drinking?
I just went with a domestic light beer tonight. That's pretty. I know. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is because it's not fancy enough to tell you.
I'm drinking water.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone. I feel like I'm letting
middle
people
of the week.
down.
It was a late night. I've had enough.
It's a late night.
Beer over the
but
break.
I will say that the people in our members only Discord, there was some photos going around of everyone's like overtime beers. So I really appreciated that discourse today.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it was to think that this game was going to go to overtime after that 2 goals in 7 seconds to start the second period, I would have said no chance that they were going to be able to battle back through this, because those are the kind of goals that are really disheartening for a team. You just got scored on. And I thought that the rush goal, the first goal of the second period, was poorly defended. I thought both defensemen were standing still. Awful. But then you line up for the center ice faceoff, and 7 seconds later, to the back of your net again. Like that's hard to overcome. I mean, it's hard to come out and think that you're gonna be able to compete for the rest of the night. It's easy to just go, okay, this one's over. That was fantastic. So good. So hats off to the Coyotes tonight. Again, I know it's a loss, but they checked all the boxes. They were competitive, and they kept pace with the Montreal Canadiens too.
I know, right? 1 point for the Canadiens and for the Coyotes tonight. I think it was something like 32 goals along the 3 games tonight or something like that. I hope everybody bet the over. I should have thought about the fact that the NHL's been on pause and everyone was going to come back and be a mess, and that this would be a dumpster fire of a night. I should have known that.
I should have too. Like, and everybody was sloppy defensively. Their system play was off. Energy was high. But around the league, there were so many goals. but you brought up a good point. The pause. There were still games canceled tonight.
Yeah.
There's 6 games scheduled for tomorrow. 5 games canceled for tomorrow. You look at the lineup the Coyotes are putting out. Who's coming into the COVID protocol? I'm concerned. I'm starting to get concerned. Is it going to be a point where we're starting to push the season back, even with the 3 weeks from the Olympics? I'm concerned.
I know. I just need to let everyone know Discount Kent will not be joining us tonight, actually. He's been texting us in line for every ride at Universal Studios, about to get on the hippogriff ride,
What's a hippogriff? Should I know what a hippogriff is?
Have you seen Harry Potter?
Well, of course, but I don't remember all the animals and things. What's a hippogriff?
It's like a horse bird thing. I don't know.
Should I know that? I probably should know it. Sorry, I didn't know that. But no, he's doing all the fun things. Jurassic Park, he did. And here we are watching this, and he didn't see 1 second.
No, he did not. We were saying, oh, it's sloppy hockey, and he just said, oh, no, we're just at Universal. So he will not be making an appearance. But yeah, Petey had mentioned it before. I feel lucky that the Coyote, like all day, I was waiting for this game to be canceled. I was so relieved that it wasn't at this point. What did he say? No, Craig. Bye. I'm just kidding. But I like all day I thought this game was going to be canceled, and honestly, I'll take this 11:30 p.m. from home post game show, because I'm really, really missed doing this. First of all, I feel like I haven't done. I know we were texting all night, like I don't know.
Like
yeah,
no, I agree.
But so so basically this is the Tucson Roadrunners 2.0 is this Coyotes team. And we had talked about yesterday on our show that the league re-implemented taxi squads to help accommodate for players going in and out of the COVID protocol. So a couple more players were added today. They created the taxi squad, which we talked about yesterday. If you need a refresher, here's the Coyotes taxi squad. And then they called up Matias Maccelli today. Well, shortly after he was added to the COVID protocol, unfortunately, because he was set to make his NHL debut tonight, which was such a bummer. So the Coyotes currently in the COVID protocol. Christian Fischer, Ilya Lyubushkin, Liam O'Brien, Travis Boyd, and Matias Maccelli. Boyd and Maccelli were added today, so which was unfortunate for them. But as a result, Michael Carcone. There it is.
Sorry.
You know,
I'm pronouncing it like they did on ESPN tonight.
I was gonna say, I'll just continue the trend of Leah's pronouncing names wrong tonight.
Craig, I'm lucky Craig wasn't there. He would have called in.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Janic.
Oh my God, the Janic was too much. But he had his NHL debut, and then JJ Moser had a great night, which I've seen a lot of comments already in our YouTube chat about Moser's performance. Which, should we get to it, or should we talk about everything else I just unloaded first?
But before we do that, a couple things with the Texas squad and all the guys that left the Tucson Roadrunners. That's unfortunate for the Roadrunners, and we'll talk about that more as the week goes on. But what happens now, you see their 2 games this weekend, you go, oh, they're going to have a depleted lineup this weekend. That's tough. They're big games. They need to win these games. And then their games get canceled. So now the Roadrunners aren't playing Friday and Saturday. I feel bad for them not having these players in the lineup. But we've talked about the rebuild all year. We talked about what direction this team is going. And JJ Moser is a guy that's going to be there when we get at the light at the end of the tunnel. He is going to be one of those guys. And to get an opportunity like this, not only is getting in NHL games, it's 3rd game tonight, and he didn't cause any trouble in his first 2, and he's a defenseman. So that's what you look for him to do, is to defend. And tonight to get 2 goals, and they were good goals. Like a good goal from the point through a screen, and that one that Crouse fed from behind the goal line. 2 really good goals. So this is another bright spot in what all of us are doing here with the PHNX Coyotes podcast, is looking to the future. And JJ Moser is one of those guys. So Leah, take it away.
So despite Crouse and Kessel having 4-point nights, and they would have made great candidates for this, we went with JJ Moser as our DraftKings king of the game because he had his first NHL goal tonight, had 2 goals. He's just the 3rd player from the 2021 draft to score a goal in the NHL this season. So pretty significant. And I believe he's the first defenseman from that draft to score this season. So pretty significant. Great for him. Great to see him have success, and he played a great game tonight.
Yeah, and that just looks to the future for this team. And talking about looking to the future, and I'm going to jump around a little bit because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
We talk about the World Junior game. First of all, the Americans, so they win their first game. Nyes, the Arizona product, gets the first goal of that game. Americans look good. They look solid. And then they get COVID. 2 guys in COVID protocol for the World Junior team. And now they're completely shut down while they all test today and tomorrow morning. And unfortunately, they don't postpone games there. You just lose. So they lost. So they're now 1-1, and they play Sweden tomorrow. I'm guessing that one gets not canceled. They'll lose that one. And then they've got to find a way to get healthy enough to play one more game. Otherwise, they'll be relegated and out of the tournament. So, again, you talk about them, but we also talk about the World Juniors for Canada, and this is going to come full circle. I'll get back to it, Leah. We're talking about JJ Moser as the future. We talked about the name Connor Bedard a lot on the show as the first-round pick in the 2023 draft. 2 years from now, he had 4 goals today as a 16-year-old. And did you see who the last Canadian to get a hat trick at 16 was in this tournament? Wayne Gretzky. I know we talk about right and wrong for right, but I tell you, this Connor Bedard kid 2 years from now. So if we lose the ping pong balls this year, we have to get it next year because that kid can play.
I'm telling you. And this is not even his first World Junior tournament. Like, he's going to play again next year. But on the subject, just while we're talking about it, Dylan Guenther actually did have 2 assists in tonight's game.
Yeah, so
and I know
everybody was panicked.
Everyone was kind of up in arms about his 3 minutes of ice time. He had 16 minutes of ice time tonight, and the Canadians won 11-2, which, by the way, if you watched our show yesterday,
what'd I say?
Petey said, hammer
the over on Team Canada. Hammer the over.
Did anyone listen? Because if you did, you would have made some good money. And you would have made that money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Look at us, Petey.
I know.
It's like we didn't miss a beat. We didn't miss a beat. You can actually bet on the World Juniors on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, which is really cool. And Petey seems to know what he's talking about with betting on
Turbo.
with betting on, at least on the World Juniors. Hey, you're 1-for-1 betting on the World Juniors so far. But you can check out anything on the DraftKings Sportsbook app that you want to bet, from hockey to table tennis to anything in between. Honestly, you could have made some money on the Coyotes tonight. They were plus money underdogs. So if you felt like it, the over seemed to be a good bet tonight. Just bet the over in general. I think that would be a good strategy going forward. But you can do all of that on the DraftKings Sportsbook app when you sign up this week using the promo code PHNX and bet $1 on either team to score in an NFL game. And they do, you will win $100 in free bets this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. So make sure you're signing up using that promo code PHNX to bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets. That's 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Oh, and look at this. Whenever a DraftKings ad is red, I spawn. But Shane lost his bet tonight because he had the Sharks puck line. Just saying. Here's some Bedard hashtags: bad for Bedard, basement for Bedard.
Oh, nice. I don't. We got a long time to prep for these. We got a year and a half.
We should get the shirts ready now, so then we can just wear them for 2 years.
Oh, Mikov too. How about him?
Yeah.
Oh, he's unbelievable high-end skill. Like, that's 1-2 right now, and who knows? Like, the problem with Mikov, I'm pretty sure he's got that contract in the KHL that he can't come out for a couple of years, like similar to Kirill Kaprizov. So maybe he's worth the wait. I don't know, but I'll tell you, there's some really good hockey players coming. Honestly, Bedard or Mikov, I don't know yet. Like, I don't get to watch these guys. You see them at the World Junior Tournament. You see highlights on YouTube. You don't get to watch them day in, day out, how they practice, how they play. So I don't know. Too early to tell. I can't make that call. And yes, buddy, way past. Not only is it past my bedtime, off the rails here, Leah. This is still the holiday season, so we're at home, and I know Leah's roommate. Did you kick her out tonight, or is she there?
No, she's here.
So my in-laws are here and sleeping just down the hall. Oh boy, let's hope that's all I need is them waking up in the middle of this, coming out, either going to the bathroom or getting a drink of water. We'll wait and see.
Oh my god.
I know, but the story. We'll go back to the game briefly.
I know. I was like, I guess we should talk about the game.
Besides the offensive output, the thing I was a little disappointed in was the amount of turnovers and how poorly they managed the puck in their own zone. Like, it was right from the drop of the puck that first period. You saw Barrett Hayton put it right on the tape, ends up in the net, and Capobianco and Gostisbehere. Like, the turnovers in their own end were poor. And when it's happening, when you don't have your game, and when things are, you haven't played in a while, just simplify the game. Get the puck off the wall. Just off the wall, hard rims and off the glass and out. Don't try to make it pretty. Don't make plays through the middle of the ice when you haven't played in 2 weeks. Yeah. So that was a little disappointing. Something they're going to have to clean up. And unfortunately for this team, they don't play. They don't play again till Sunday. Yeah. And then they have 4 games in 6 nights. So I don't know how they're going to do it. They played 2 games in 17 days and then try to play 4 in a week against some pretty good hockey teams. So luckily for them, they're all at home at Gila River. So hopefully they can string some competitive games together.
I want some analysis
from Petey's Caleb. Caleb, I don't know if there's enough beer in the house to get that. I know that I would not allow. She'd love to do it. Trust me. She'd be all over that.
Also,
sure.
I love this thought from Alan. The arena situation is part of the Coyote strategy to get Bedard no home arena, losses by forfeit, and a better chance for the most big pong balls.
They're going at it with the Team USA strategy. Just forfeit. You know what? I don't even want to think about the arena tonight. So we're going to pretend everything is fine for tonight because we've talked about it so much. I don't be frustrated. They will be playing at Gila River this week, barring any natural disasters, because it's raining still. Maybe they'll get a leak.
I know we're so off the rails, but the comments are cracking me up. Caleb doesn't want analysis of hockey from your mother-in-law, just of you.
Oh, buddy. No, that would be even worse. We're on day 10 right now. So
oh god, day 10 of what? Tell the people how long.
Yeah, they stay for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
In our
How many
house.
beers have you had tonight?
Well, that's a lot, running a lot of errands right now too.
Oh,
I gotta
Lord.
go out of the house for a minute. No, I'm kidding. It's all
Oh,
great. They've been great. He actually cooked us dinner tonight, so it's all great. It's all
oh my
good.
gosh.
Debug egg, isn't he? Shouldn't he be like? Is it
It's
noon there?
brunch. They said it's brunch in
Yeah. Okay.
Thailand. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
their brunch show. It's our midnight show, their brunch show. Anywho, back to the game. Let's just kind of go through and make sure we hit on everything.
Yes.
The unique fight right off the
Did
bat.
that set the tone? Maybe that set the tone. Like he
Yeah.
was sticking up for Gosta Spare after he got cross checked in the back. Um, I thought, Yannick, that's the kind of player he is. Like he's going to have to battle and compete, and he's a tough kid. I mean, he's aggressive, he's chippy, and you're going to have to fight. I mean, I don't know if he was outmanned in that one, but he's going to have to fight in this league if he plays the way he plays. He uses the stick a lot, and he's involved. So good on him. It got everybody into the game early, and I thought the skating and the speed early was great. Again, we talked about the turnovers, Crouse and Kessel, and Moser on another turnover. Keller was on fire in the first. There's, I think you go through the whole game. There were scrums, there was fights. It was physical. It was hard skating. Everything was in this game. I'm going to bring up a negative now. I'm not sure that's the best I've seen Scott Wedgwood play.
No.
We talked about him being a savior early. I am worried now because he's starting to put up some pretty big numbers. I know they're getting points out of these games, but he's given up a lot of goals. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see Vejmelka next week in some of those games. I haven't heard anything about Carter Hutton. It seems like he's forever on the IR, and I don't think he's coming off anytime soon. So again, these are your goaltenders, and so we'll see if Vejmelka gets a chance next week and he gets an opportunity to play too.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Wedgwood's night, which was unfortunate. The Coyotes had their 46 shots, but San Jose didn't have as many shots, but had as many goals. So not his best performance, but the Coyotes' defensive zone play didn't help as well. It felt like, especially the first period, it was just so back and forth. Like half the goals scored came off of turnovers for both teams. We just kept Petey and I were texting each other all game. Like, this is just so sloppy. It was crazy. But did you know that the Coyotes have been scored on or have had 37 goals against in the first period this season, which leads the NHL?
I did not know that. I'm not surprised, but did not know that.
So, it is funny though, like how the Coyotes always get in a pattern of things. So like we had the pattern where they were good in the first period and then then they would like crash in the second period.
Yep.
Well, now the theme, and this is exactly what happened in the Anaheim Ducks game when they you think they're out and then they keep storming back somehow and hang on, and they hung on and got a point. So I mean,
the other thing too that not only are they competing, you got to look at the roster they're putting on the ice and competing like that. I mean, there are so many regulars from the Tucson Roadrunners. So a couple of things. One, it's a testament to the way Jay Verde and his coaching staff is preparing this team because the system play is similar. They can jump right in and out of the lineup. So kudos to that coaching staff because it's been seamless for those players. On the flip side, you're looking at so many players. I looked at 10 players if you count Hutton. You got 10 players out of the lineup, some of them for the remainder of the season. I'm not sitting there going, hey, this was a playoff team. Don't make any mistake that, hey, what if? But if you could supplant some of these American League players for the regular guys, Chikrin, Dzingel, Beagle, Boyd, Fisher, Galchenyuk, Jaskin, Timmons, like maybe we're not battling for Shane Wright right then, and maybe that defeats the whole purpose. But I tell you what, they're better than I was giving them credit for. And I know that they're still not showing up in the win column, but the way they're competing and scoring, man, this team may not be as bad as we thought they were if they were all in the lineup and they were all playing healthy.
Yeah. And I will say, I think all Coyotes fans could really ask for, and we say it all the time, is just effort and a chance. And nobody expects this to be a winning season or anything like that. But I thought tonight we saw the effort. So it was entertaining. And it was entertaining. And you know what? Whether it was 7 goals against or 1, it's still 1 point in the point column or a loss. It doesn't matter.
But when you go to the punch card, Leah, and you go to the punch card, you
Yes,
talk
let's go
about
to the punch
what the
card.
point of this season has been since July. Oh my God, that's all the further we are.
Well, we only moved 1 point ahead in the last 11 days.
Good Lord. That's
Brutal.
one check in 11 days. Whew. We're going to be here till next August at this pace. But we talked about it since last July. The point of this and what they're trying to do, we all get it. They're trying to get the great draft picks. So we got to stop concerning ourselves with the scoreboard as much and just looking for the effort and trying to find bright spots in young players like we saw tonight with Moser, and trying to get a team that keeps you on the edge of your seat till the end of the game. And this team has done that since that first month. That first month was incredibly painful, and we had pack therapy every night, and we were spinning the wheel. We don't need that anymore. I mean, that's a good hockey game tonight. That's a fun, exciting game to watch, and it's a product that you can turn on the TV and watch every night. That's all we can ask for. And then hopefully when the ping pong balls bounce at the end of June, early July, and we're at the draft podium, we get the right guy. So that 3 years from now, we go, oh, shit, this is a pretty good hockey team. And it was all worth it. Remember all that pain in the ass trouble we had 3 years ago? It's all worth it. Look where this team is right now. Let's hope that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we'll be all doing it at the PHNX bar, which will be.
Oh, yes.
How much better will that be?
Yes, I need Coyotes watch parties in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, we always talk about other things we can focus on too in these losing seasons, and it's some individual efforts. So we talked about Moser getting his first NHL goal and being the third player from the 2021 draft to score. Also tonight, Keller set a new record, becoming the first Coyote and the second player in franchise history to register 5 different 10-plus goal seasons before the age of 24. The only other person to do that was Dale Hawerchuk. Shane is walkie-talkieing me live on the air right now.
See, that's why you turn that off. Clearly need to turn that off.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
But you talk about Keller, and he's a guy that, and I've been hard on Clayton Keller too. I've been a guy that can't get to the interior, can't compete, nice shot, high-end skill, but he's not fast enough. All of it. I've said it. I'm guilty. But I tell you what, he's had a good season, like sneaky good season. Like he offensively and the way he's competing. I've always said, like, people, well, if he's on a good team, and I've always said, no, this is who he is. I don't know. Like, honestly, Keller's, you put him with a different team, maybe. Like, maybe. I've been really impressed with what he's been able to do this season. And hey, this team's not going to put up 7 goals every game. They're just not. They don't have that kind of talent level. But I tell you what, it's fun to watch for now, and hopefully they keep it up, because it's a lot better to watch 7-6 and 8-7 than it is 2-1. So it's fun.
Sorry, everyone, if you heard those sounds. Shane was walkie-talkieing me, and he's sitting here laughing. But Bees is right. Draft someone who's as skilled as Leah's crown placement. That guarantees us the Stanley Cup. And that is good
crown. That's elite crown placement.
Thank you. Thank you. Just saying.
Yeah, tune into the Sun Show and see below average.
Exactly. And a lot of comments saying Keller has been really great this season. He's leading the team in goals. So great to see him have a good season, especially, given the criticism that he's faced over the past couple of years, not really living up to maybe because of his contract. So, great to see him get on the score sheet.
And Tim brings up a good point. Like he's an every night guy. He plays all the time. Like he's in the lineup every night. So, you don't love the contract. When he signed it, then he's still the highest paid player on this team. So will he be there when the dust settles and we're on the right train and on the right track? I don't know. I'd like to think maybe he could be. Maybe he's one of the leaders by then. Oh, look, Wright, Bedard, and Keller. Good grief! Can you imagine that?
Matthews.
And have Matthews as your first line center. What, Matthews and Nyes, get them from Toronto?
Woo! Bring all the Arizona guys home.
Yeah, do that on NHL 22 on my Xbox. I don't know if I can do it here. By the way, I don't have an Xbox. I just think you
I was gonna say there's no way you have an Xbox. No, you just got an Apple Watch.
I just got an Apple Watch. So I
do not allow Shane to walkie-talkie you.
No, I matter of fact, I literally turned that off today. my walkie-talkie thing. Big surprise there. So there, you know what? Is Will Keller be there? He's not going to get traded right now. I think nobody's got the cap space to put that kind of a contract on right now. So he's going to be here. Wouldn't it be something if you look 3 years from now and you got Chikrin and Keller both survived this whole mess, and maybe Crouse. Like Crouse to me is the one that's kind of a sleeper. Like if you really watch his game, he plays 200 feet and he does things on both sides of the puck right. He's physical. He's one of the few guys that can actually get in on the forecheck and make contact with the defenseman and lay a body check. So he's one of the more valuable guys on this team, and he does it really sneaky. So there will be teams that are looking at Lawson Crouse at the trade deadline. I hope he can come out the other side and still be a part of this team.
It would be great to see those players who were here during the dark days be part of a successful winning team. I think that would be great, not just for them, but for the fans as well. Great to see Crouse have success. And actually, this was his first ever 3-point game, which then became a 4-point game. So his first ever. The last 4-point game was in February of 2020. By Connor Garland. So
wow, look at you with your stats today.
I'm telling you, I came with all the fun facts. Here's another one. Ericsson's assist on Moser's power play goal was his 600th career point.
That's impressive.
So there's another.
By the way, did you know that was Phil Kessel's 100th assist?
I also had that written down. 100th a point as a Coyote.
As a Coyote. See?
Look at it. So
I had it wrong.
Celebrating the individual efforts.
Yeah, and that's part of what we have to do here. And I think as a fan, that's what we have to do too. I'm just trying to do the comments and keep up with that too.
I know there's so many. I
tell you what,
distracted.
Leah, we were a little sloppy. I mean, we are still out of practice.
We are, but you know what?
4 days next week.
We just had to mirror what was given to us.
Can I ask when if Craig was here, I'd get the official ruling. When does a Christmas tree have to come down? Like, what's the rule? Like, when do you think mine came down?
Like
the 26th at 7 a.m. Gone. I was outside in the dark taking my lights off my house. So when people woke up on the 26th, they go, "Oh, Christmas is over." Only one in my neighborhood that took them down, and they were down before it got light out. And that is true, by the way. Christmas tree.
You know what? I'm enjoying the vibes.
Yeah. Do you think I did, Leah? Do you think
no? Because you don't enjoy anything.
I didn't enjoy the vibe. Enjoy the vibe of my Christmas tree. Is that even a thing? Enjoying a vibe.
Yeah, put it to a vote.
I'm glad one of us is having fun at the holidays, Leah. Thank goodness for you, Leah. Thank goodness for you.
Oh my God, everyone's chiming in. Wait until New Year's Day.
Well, I've heard that that's a thing, that you can wait till New Year's weekend. So I guess it's okay.
Oh, Asians put up Christmas decor in September. Look at that.
Wow. So Leah's right on path.
Leah's going to take your in-laws' room when it burns down.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's got the tree. The tree's going to burn down. It's going to dry out. You got the real tree.
Well,
yeah.
We're off the rails. I see in the background your Cody Coyote shirt back.
I know.
There. The red one. You wore your purple one yesterday.
I know. I'm all about the PHNX. T-shirts in the locker.
Got mine. I want to wear them. My apartment is so cold. So I'm wearing a sweater because we need PHNX Coyote sweaters because
we talked about this in the Discord, the PHNX idea of a hoodie. They have one in DNVR. We've got to get the PHNX hoodie because I know it's Arizona, but it does get chilly here. I could use a hoodie. I'd be all about the PHNX hoodie. At the PHNX locker.
I 100% agree, but we don't have hoodies yet, but we have amazing shirts. I just got all of our new shirts in the mail this week. Super excited about it. Hopefully I will wear them eventually. I'll just wear a jacket over it. And you can check all that out at the PHNX locker. We also have sticker packs. So if you love the Cody the Coyote logo, if you love the new design on the new shirt, you can get both of those things as a sticker. So you can put that on your laptop or your water bottle or whatever. So check out the PHNX locker. If you got like some gift cards for Christmas, you don't know where to spend it. If you completely messed up and didn't get anyone a gift, check out the PHNX locker and go browse the stuff there. It's awesome. And it's like great quality shirts. It's not like 100% cotton crap. It's like
they're awesome.
They're really awesome. So make sure that you check out the PHNX locker because there's some fantastic stuff
And
on there.
literally, we're all buying it and we're all wearing it, aren't we, Leah?
All of us.
That's all I
Every
wear.
single person at
except tonight. It's
PHNX.
cold. Again, it's cold.
It is chilly.
But I went back to your tree. By the way, Charles said his dad would have the tree down if the presents were open. Now that's a solid, that's a money move. Last present open up. Okay, kids, let's go. Let's get those decorations down. Yeah, I respect that, Charles. I'm right after all about that.
I don't like that you have a little bit of control. It stresses me out.
I know. Sorry. Any more on PHNX locker? There's Shane with the P. We already saw, if people that saw that show, the Secret Santa show, my picture. We should have next live show. Let's show what I did with Shane's picture at my house.
Oh yeah,
I don't have it today, but we'll show what happened to Shane's 8x10 at my house.
It sure is something.
I know.
Well, anything else from this game?
From this game, no. I think there were a lot of good things for a team that's been off for a long time, that had that many guys in the COVID protocol, that was juggling their lineup right up until puck drop. I was impressed with the effort. I thought there were a lot of good things to take away from this, and it's something to build on going into next week. So I think all around it was a really good effort by the Coyotes tonight, and I'm looking forward to the next game on Sunday.
Yeah, and the Coyotes outshot the Sharks every period of this game. Like you said, good effort. Even Mayo had a shot in the last few seconds of overtime. Like, it was just, there were sometimes when a period is winding down, a player will just skate with the puck to wind down the clock. Like, the Coyotes were storming the net at the end of every period. So, we've kind of said it all already about this game, but great effort.
Yeah, and then we started talking about next week. We talked about they've got 4 divisional matchups with Dallas, Winnipeg, Chicago, and Nashville all coming in town.
All at home. 5-game homestand coming up.
Every other day against some really good opponents. We'll see how they stack up. They've competed against Dallas. Every game's winnable for this team right now. If they can put up those kind of offensive numbers, every game's winnable. They are going to have to defend better and not turn over the puck, and they're going to need better goaltending.
Yeah, but you'd have to think that just like all the players were feeling the rust that Wedgwood was too. It's hard to go in.
Absolutely, and probably even more so because as a goaltender, you just want to see live game action.
Yeah, and not only were they off from games all those days, but there was also the Christmas break where the team is like just not practicing in general.
So they weren't even on the ice. So it's tough for the goalies, and you're going to see that in tomorrow's games too. So again, hit the over tomorrow on the
DraftKings Sportsbook app. There's your little tidbit. Petey's been on a roll, so check out the over.
Yeah, check the overs tomorrow because it's going to be the same situation where all those teams.
I think I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow that because it really proved itself tonight. So I'm going to bet the over in everyone's first game back in the NHL, and I'm going to bet the over in every game Team Canada plays in the World Juniors so far.
They are money,
buddy.
That's a good hockey team.
And I'm going to do it on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, so you should too. And if you haven't signed up, use the promo code PHNX and bet on a team to score, and you'll get $100 in free bets this week.
And all the college bowl games are on too, and those you can all bet on those on this DraftKings Sportsbook app. I'm excited for bowl season too.
Oh look, 12 a.m. We crossed into it the next day. Look at us.
Is that a thing? Like, seriously, we don't get paid by the hour, Leah.
PHNX after dark.
This is
okay.
Is it raining there, Leah? Like, it is pouring.
It's pouring. Yeah. Well,
cancel it because of weather.
Just because we don't have. I know we've been going, but we won't have another post game show for a while.
Yeah.
So
by the way, let's talk about that. What the hell are we going to talk about this week? We have 3 more shows or 4 more shows.
If anyone has ideas for us, we should
can't talk about World Juniors because they're getting canceled. Can't talk about the Roadrunners because they're not playing. They're all playing up here and they're canceled. Can't talk about them. I don't know what the hell ASU's on Christmas break. We can't talk about them. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Tweet at us, PHNX_Coyotes. What should we talk about this week?
I know we got a lot of shows. There's no games to talk about.
Nope.
We can't do news around the NHL because nobody's playing. We're gonna have to come up with something funny. You know how much I like that, Leah.
Yeah, you're so fun.
Barrel of fun.
Okay, so Bees asked, Tyranny did decent with his lineups, don't you think, Petey, all things considered?
Yeah, I really do. I've never questioned the way he coaches. He's motivating guys that are really underskilled at this level, and guys are playing hard. And that's one thing you look for a coach when you're outmanned is how hard the guys are playing. And they, he's been able to get that out of this team lately. That first month was really difficult, and that was probably more on the goaltending than anything. But yeah, the only area that of his game that I wish they would tighten up is that defensive zone coverage right in front of the net. But hey, Sean had the Sharks plus 1.5. Oh, yeah. Whoops. So I wish they would tighten up their D zone coverage, but overall, you'd have to give him a passing grade for his coaching so far this season.
Yes. Oh, here's a good idea. Show about your favorite hockey / Coyotes memories.
I think that would be fun. We could do that.
PHNX next t-shirts. We can just do a whole brainstorming session.
Yeah, we could do that too.
We play a game and everyone can watch.
Call it. Yeah. Call of Duty. I'm not so good at the video game thing. I'm too old. I fell in that timeline where I'm just a little too old, where I had Pong, and you don't even know what Tank Command is. Like, you're way too young for Tank Command. Like, that's what I had, Pong and Tank Command. I didn't have all this fancy stuff.
I know what Pong is, but I don't know what I don't
Tank
know
Command was the first game that came out when I was in third grade.
Things you
talked about a trip down the
Craig
I-10.
didn't say no.
I know. You know me, that is, Caleb, there are things that we go to Craig, hey, Craig, we should do this. And Craig is like, no. No.
Oh, Petey, maybe we should play a mini stick tournament.
Maybe we should have a mini stick hallway game. That's actually
and then do a post game show
of the mini stick game. I like it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, somebody else played Tank Command. Fantastic game. The bullets ricocheted off. Yeah.
Wow, look, everybody has such good suggestions. Thank you so much, everyone.
I do like the knee hockey game, and then we could break down the game after. We could actually have a PHNX Olympics, because we have a foosball table, we have the slam dunk. What is it? It's slam dunk?
NBA Jam.
Yeah, NBA Jam. I should know. He's on fire. We could do that. We could just have, and then we one-on-one mini sticks, like the PHNX Olympics.
Oh, mini stick, us versus the Suns crew.
Wow. Yeah.
Knee hockey tournament. All right. Well, thank you everyone for helping us come up with some content during this time with no games till Sunday. Hopefully that's the only stretch with no games. Hopefully there's no more pauses, and that everybody stays healthy and no more games get postponed or canceled. Fingers crossed for that. Someone had mentioned down the I-10. We just did an episode this past week with associate coach Steve Poppins. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out on our YouTube page, PHNX Sports. It's also a podcast, so wherever you get your podcast, be sure to like and follow and subscribe to our YouTube page so you'd never miss anything that we do, because even when nothing's going on, we're still 5 shows a week, no matter what. So we're trying to bring you all the great Coyotes coverage, and Craig is on vacation right now, but he is still working. He did our live show yesterday. We're recording a podcast with him tomorrow, so be sure to support him and read his stories, because he is the one covering
he's the
team.
Insider. If it's going to happen, you're going to hear it from
exactly. And do that at gophnx.com. Sign up to become a member. You can do the year membership and get a shirt. All the shirts we were talking about, that comes with the year membership, and you can get access to all the articles on gophnx.com. Suns, Cardinals, Diamondbacks, U of A, ASU, all of it. So check all of that out. Sean said, I played knee hockey tourneys in high school. We body the Suns crew.
I was worried. I forgot we'd have Sean on our side, because I was worried about the physical element. But with Saul and Espo on the Suns crew, I was going to say no check league for sure. That would be not pretty. But if we get Sean in there, maybe it evens it out a little bit.
A cooking show where I cook my rice.
Make some rice. Yeah, here's some rice in a bowl, and I'll mic it. Let's see.
Yes, tweet us your shirt ideas. Let's see. Multiple floppy disks. That's a little not me. Man.
You never even had a computer with a floppy disk. You had maybe the 3x3.5 mini disk. No, did you have the big 6-inch floppy? No. We don't have an air hockey table. We have bubble hockey.
Don't.
Did we have bubble hockey?
No.
We need bubble hockey.
We need that. Oh, yeah. We can expense the air hockey table because it has hockey in the name.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Well, for our first show back, Leah, mine first in 2 weeks. Not bad.
Not bad.
Wasn't it? I won't say it was our A game, but it wasn't bad.
No.
Just like the Coyotes. Wasn't their A game.
Exactly.
But it wasn't bad.
No, we talked about all the things that we needed to talk about. We talked about more. So I think also I was just so happy to see engagement in the chat. I think we all really missed this
Yeah.
together.
And that's what's
And
hard on the other shows, that you don't
I
have
know.
this.
I
And my
know. And
mother-in-law slept through the show, I
I'm
think.
so glad.
I'm so glad, buddy. You have no idea.
Buddy.
I'm so glad.
Oh, buddy.
I know.
Well, also the fact that it's midnight and 37 people are watching and engaging in the chat. We appreciate you so much. Seriously, thank
Thanks.
you. Please, if you have more content ideas for us, tweet at us at PHNX_Coyotes. If you have shirt ideas, just anything, just tweet at us anyway. We love to engage on Twitter. You can follow us at Leah Merrill and at S Peters Hockey. There we go. And you can follow Craig at Craig S. Morgan. He's in Universal. So I don't know if he's live tweeting his trip, but he's live texting us. But I really enjoyed this. Like, I know it's past midnight and I want to go to bed, but this has just been a lot of fun.
It was good. And you know what? The best part of it is we're going to talk hockey again. I know it's hard with this break. And I hope that the new protocols help. I hope that the taxi squads help. I hope that we get to keep talking about hockey, and I appreciate that everybody had the pause, and I hope it helped because our job is more fun, and as a fan, it's more fun when you're talking about hockey.
Exactly. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining. We will be back with an audio episode tomorrow and a live show Thursday, and we will have a New Year's episode audio coming out Friday as well, and then fingers crossed, everybody say a silent prayer that we will have 4 post-game shows next week, starting Sunday versus Dallas, and then every other day for that whole week. Can't wait for that. Oh, Craig is chiming in the chat.
Craig S. Morgan.
Oh my God. Just got back from Roscoe's. They got chicken and
waffles at Roscoe's.
Oh my God.
In Hollywood.
Craig calls.
Craig calls. You get everything here. I tell you what, PHNX, you get everything here. Craig is in, and the crowd cheers. Look how happy everybody. We know those. Where are those sound effect things that we get in the studio?
That's on a different platform.
Well, we need that.
I'm gonna get one here at home. You can innovate that.
I will. I'll get it.
Time to stay up for another hour.
Craig is here.
No thanks.
Honestly, that could be an episode. We could do like a slideshow of his trip, like an old school. The slideshow thing. I would love to see pictures of Craig's trip. I live vicariously through Craig.
The Hollywood location, a tradition.
Amazing.
Oh, a pod recap for Craig. Craig can. I don't think
rewatch
someone saying any takes from the night. I doubt Craig watched this game.
Yeah, between Jurassic Park and the Harry Potter experience, he caught it on his phone.
Sean, can we talk about how Craig introduced himself to me with his first and last name? Hi, I'm Craig Mark.
That's what you do when you're famous. Like, you throw the whole thing. Like, I'm Brad Pitt, right?
I'm Clint Eastwood. I don't know what Craig's replying to, but he just said nope.
He didn't watch the game, I think.
Yeah, no. Okay, that could have been to any of those comments.
I hate to end the show with Craig just getting here, but
he can go back and watch it. It lives on YouTube eternally. So. Exactly. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back live on Thursday. And until then, stay safe, everyone. Stay warm and go to bed. Have a good night, everyone.